In this video, we're going to be talking about a strategy of real estate investing that requires $0 to get started. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Julian Sage, and I'm the founder of ShortTermSage.com, which is a platform where you can get education, resources, and investment opportunities in the Airbnb short-term rental space. So with everything that's been happening with COVID-19, there's been a lot of fear for investing in real estate. This is something that we've been covering extensively on our podcast, Vacation Rental Machine, but there's been a lot of sour taste in people's mouth because there is risk involved when you are purchasing or leasing, master leasing properties. But the strategy that we're going to be talking about today is really risk-free because you're not having to spend any money or purchase any properties. So let's say something happens with the economy again and bookings just dry up. That just means you're not going to be making money. You're not going to be having responsible for paying leases or having to pay for a mortgage. Now, I know it's kind of crazy to think that you can make money without having to put anything into it, but this is real because you are putting in your sweat equity. This is a sweat equity business, so you're putting in your time and expertise to be able to receive something in return. So this concept is called co-hosting. Now, co-hosting is basically property management. So we actually have our own property management company that we call Co-Host It, where we help investors maximize their rental income. How we do this is we actually manage their Airbnb short-term rental properties for them. Now, they're able to make a lot more money than traditional long-term renting. The reason why we're able to make a profit and the investor is able to make a lot more profit is because of this concept of short-term rentals. Short-term rentals means that you're able to make a lot more profit because you are listing the property on a short-term basis. So people that are staying for maybe a couple days to, maybe a couple weeks, they're willing to pay a premium because it's a shorter stay and the place is furnished. For example, if a person is renting out their space for $1,000 a month as a long-term rental, maybe they're making around $300 profit. So maybe they have a $700 mortgage and they are making $300. If you list this as a short-term rental, though, maybe they're able to make $3,000. That means that investor would be able to make $2,300 profit over long-term renting. But obviously, there's a lot more work involved when you are managing a property short-term, which is where a co-host or a short-term rental property manager comes into play. So as a co-host, you are taking a percentage of all booking revenue for basically managing their property for them and helping them make more money. You could charge anywhere from 15% all the way to 30%, just depends on what level of service and how much is involved in managing the property. So for this example, let's say I am taking 15% of the $3,000. This means I am making off of this property $450. Now for the investor, that's $3,000 minus the $450 that I charge, minus their $700 mortgage. This means that they are making over $1,000 without having to do any of the work themselves. Because if they were managing the property as a long-term rental themselves, they would have to deal with the tenant, they would have to deal with their questions, they'd have to do the tenant turnovers, screening, all of that. But me being a property manager, I can manage this person's property for them so they don't have to do any of the work themselves, and they're able to make a lot more money, nearly 3 times as much if they were renting this place out themselves. So I didn't have to purchase the property, I didn't have to purchase the furniture, and I'm able to make $450 a month managing this person's property. It cost me $0 to get started and $0 to be able to operate. You can see how you can really start to profit with this business when you start picking up multiple properties. Let's say you have 10 properties now that you are managing for other people, which is not very bad. You have 10 properties that are able to make you $450 each. Now you're making over $4,500 a month. That's a full-time income for most people, and you don't have to spend any money yourself. You're just managing their properties. If you have double that amount of properties, so now you have 20 properties that you're managing, you could be making over $9,000 just managing other people's properties. Co-hosting is a really powerful strategy that doesn't cost you any money to be able to get started. You don't have any leases, you don't have any mortgage. The only thing that you have to invest is your time. And once you have the right systems in place to be able to operate the business where you don't have to spend as much time into it, that's where you're really starting to make that passive income. If you'd like to be able to learn how to grow this business yourself and really take it to another level, then just drop a comment down below. Let me know that you'd like more resources, more education like this, and I'll be sure to create more content that's catered towards scaling this business. But if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below or join our free Facebook group, the Host Nation, which I'll include a link down below to that as well. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and until next time, keep on hosting.